we interrupt your regular scheduled scrolling for an Action Dice Action News Report.
No, I said extra foam and candy canes and sprinkles. Oh. Good evening, holiday heroes. I'm Copy, and this just in. New York's favorite, who's a good boy, Lockjaw, the teleporting dog, has gone missing. His disappearance was first noted by his close friend and scientifically augmented full-time snack enthusiast, Jeff the Land Shark. Lockjaw was a no-show at their go-to hangout spot in Central Park. Eyewitnesses have once again seen Throg in the area. That's right, the Throg. The once man, now frog, now Asgardian hero, and hope that he can help out and aid in the search. If you happen to see Lockjaw, give him a little scritch behind the ears. He loves that. And now for our foreshadowing forecast, we go to Paste. Paste?
Thank you, Copy. Folks, things aren't looking merry or bright out there. A massive cloud of doom and gloom is sliding in over the city. Experts say that New York's Christmas spirit is hitting an all-time low. Bah humbug, everyone. Back to you, Copy.
Well, there you have it. A city in crisis, a holiday at risk, and a beloved missing giant dog. Let's hope that a team of unlikely heroes can pull off a Christmas miracle. And with that, let's roll some dice. Ready?
Set.
Action.
It was a blustery New York day, cold enough to shake your knees. Christmas was coming, yet joy seemed to freeze. No jingles were jingling, no cheer to be found. Why, the whole Yuletide spirit felt turned upside down. Some whispered in worry, some muttered in fear, for something was dampening the holiday cheer. But leaping and leg sweeping, moving on the double, came Throg, oh mighty Throg. At the first hint of trouble, he bounded, he zounded, with hammer in tow. For when something is wrong, to battle he must go.
So we come in on Central Park in the wintertime. The day before Christmas. Throg is patrolling near Central Park, where he lives. Right, he's got a small little hovel, a lily pad sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, he's been living in Central Park for years now as Puddle Gulp before he became Throg. But I imagine he's still living in the same spot. Yeah.
Okay. So Throg is patrolling in his home in Central Park when he hears a commotion rise on the Central Park's frozen pond. He sees several ice skaters shrieking and yelling in panic. "Look out! It's a monster! Get away! Ah, it's trying to bite me! Ah, it has something in its mouth!" Throg sees a group of people running, skating, slipping, sliding, falling to the ice in panic, trying to get away from something. It moves quickly, darting left and right, running on 4 stubby little legs with a shark fin on his back and a tail, and has lots of sharp teeth. A group of stressed out ice skaters are just stampeding, trying to get away, and a small child slips and falls. The skaters are heading straight towards the small child, but they're looking over their shoulders, trying to get away from this thing that's chasing them. I mean, the little child just can't seem to get up off the ice. He looks up scared, and he puts his hands over his head. Ah! You see the sharp glint of ice skates blindly charging towards the child. What does Throg do?
Without missing a beat, he quickly leaps / frog jumps / flies toward the child in peril, says, "Hold! Fear not, little civilian! Throg shall protect you!" And lands over top of him, right in front of him, kind of spin. Well, I don't want to hurt any of the others. I was going to hammer spin, but he'll, I guess you would just jump in quickly, grab him, and then just leap up into the sky and get him out of the way.
Perfect. Okay, so give me an agility check for this one. Target number is going to be 14.
We're in my wheelhouse. Especially when I'm rolling 3 6s.
Wow. With the child just sees this frog size. No, he's not frog size though. He's sort of like small.
He's
child
small
size.
He's about 3 feet tall and roughly about 20 pounds, but 20 pounds of solid muscle.
Well, that 20 pounds just expertly grabs this child without any pause or fear and just zooms straight up. A gust of snow and ice sort of fill the area as he leaps straight up in the air without any issue. The child, just with tears in his eyes, sees this mighty hero and then looks down at him. Is like,
Fear not, little guy. I've got you. Throg will protect you from these scared ice skaters. I haven't seen anything like this. Do you know what's spooking them, little guy?
he looks up at you. He looks at you and sees the hammer. He's like, Thor, you're not Thor.
I'm Thor's little buddy.
So you can land safely nearby as the stampeding skaters get away. And then as all that ice clears, you do see the familiar, at least to Throg, shape of one of his friends, Jeff the land shark. And Jeff looks just panicked, just agitated. He's running around. He's not trying to hurt anybody, but you can imagine seeing a shark running around on a pond would be kind of scary to unsuspecting New Yorkers.
Yeah, people don't know him, because he's not from around these parts. Yeah, so
exactly. So you do see Jeff running around, scared and panicked.
Okay. Throg will coast down, put down the child, kind of pat him on his head and send him on his way. Reach up high, pat him on his head, send him on his way.
As he lands and puts down the child and pats him on his head, the child goes like, "See you later, not Thor," and then he runs off to his family. You do see some panicked skaters still being agitated and scared and just seeming a bit hostile and upset about the situation. Little land shark that you are, as Throg, very familiar with. I believe you've had some dealings with a friend of yours before.
Right.
Throg does see Jeff, the land shark, and he does see them. He's still panicked. He's still running around. He just looks agitated. He looks scared. He looks panicked, looking for something or to try to get somebody's attention.
Well, he's found someone's attention, so you'll hop up into the air, I should say, and fly over there with Frog near, calling out, Jeff, it's me, and try to get his attention, land down next to him and be like, Jeff, what's the matter?
All right. Jeff sees you and immediately he just starts, all four legs, plows you right into a snowbank. As you can see, he's and he's just trying to get his attention. You can see that there's a pack of crayons spilled into the snowbank, and he's got something in his mouth. It looks like a rolled up piece of paper at this point in time. And he's just sort of pounding on your chest, pounding you into the snowbank, trying to get your attention.
It's okay. I'm all right. Slow down. What? And so I noticed this piece of paper, and I'm like, is he trying to give me this paper?
Yeah, it's drooled on, it's bit on, and it's just in his mouth there. He's just trying to, absolutely get your attention.
So I'll take the paper off. Like, is this for me? Thanks. So I'll check it out and
and as you unroll this soggy, bitten piece of paper, you can see it looks like a piece of artwork done by a little child, Jeff himself. It's done in crayon, and it's a map. You can tell it's a map of New York City. Here, we have a copy of it for you, for your reference. You can definitely tell it's a map of New York City. You can see one of the spots there is Central Park, where you are right now.
Yeah.
But you can also see other spots listed on the map as sort of places that may be of interest to Jeff.
So as a friend of Jeff's, I've kind of picked up on Jeff speak. So I've kind of looking at him and it's like, what is this, bud? Like, is this a treasure map?
And he's looking at it, and he sort of like points to a dog-shaped head that he's drawn on the map there.
Okay.
And then he looks at you, sits down, he's like really sad, and his eyes just to start to tear up as he's just looking at him. And he's looking around.
Would I recognize this picture of a dog with a little fork in his forehead? This would be Lockjaw, I imagine.
With your time spent with Jeff and with Lockjaw, you know that they're good buddies, yes. Okay. It would seem that Jeff does seem to be looking quite frantically for his friend Lockjaw.
Gotcha. So I'll be like, so this is a picture of Lockjaw, right, little guy? So are you searching for Lockjaw? Is he in trouble? What's happened? You think he's in trouble?
And he starts running around in circles, and he just stops, putting out his legs, and his tail starts wagging, nodding his head correctly.
Well, if he's in trouble, then we gotta find him and rescue him. Are you up for this, Jeff?
He gets up, he puffs out his little shark chest, puts his feet down, and he's like, ready to go.
Awesome. All right. So you've marked down on this map here. I imagine these are places that you think Lockjaw might be hanging out or hiding.
So on the map, you'll see certain locations, sort of in Jeff speak. Right. Maybe the way he would interpret the places as being. But seem to be Lockjaw's bestest places that he and Jeff like to play or visit.
Okay.
So that's where he thinks perhaps, maybe, you can find the good boy Lockjaw.
All right. Next, we just pick a spot and let's go see if he's there.
So as you're speaking with Jeff, and he's super excited to get going, and you're looking at the map, he just starts spinning around again, and he's about to take off, just bolt off and running again.
Whoa,
and
hold on there, boy.
Yeah,
Should call him. I don't really want to keep referring to him as a pet.
Hold on,
hold
Jeff.
on there, Jeff. Hold on. Where are you going? Don't take off. Let's stick together. Especially because I'm worried that he might, again, cause panic if he's...
Well, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
You sort of look up now after this map. You pick yourself up out of the snowbank and you're looking around, but you also do sort of look around and you see all these agitated, angry New Yorkers, and you worry that if Jeff starts running around the city again, this is going to be an ongoing commotion. I want you to sort of get a sense of the crowd. So can you give me a vigilance or ego check?
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I was going to say, like, if the crowd seems like they're angry or antsy, I think Throg would do his heroic thing. It's probably the Asgardian magic, I should say, flowing through him right now. And he probably would puff up his chest a little bit and try to put on his best Thor imitation and be like, "Citizens, fear not! This land shark here is a friend. He is a hero, a brave hero. And he and I are on a quest to save our friend. So please, give us some room and I'll keep him calm. Don't worry."
All right, give me a vigilance, or ego.
That'd be my ego check.
All right, well, give me a roll for that.
Okay, I got a +4 to this one.
All right.
Not amazing.
This isn't a sort of a pass or fail situation. This is just sort of, how well do you do?
So it's a 7 on the dice plus a 4, so it's only an 11.
11's not too bad. You certainly get a sense that they are used to heroes in New York, in this area, and they just sort of look down at Throg, not being Thor, and seeing a shark running around crazily with just who's scared and spooked everyone and ruined their romantic evening skate that they were looking forward to. You look around and people are just like, yeah. And they just sort of start skating off all miserable like. But you do pick up on a bit of conversations as people just sort of go about their day, seeming grumpily and miserably as well. You hear one of the skaters say, "Oh, you feel that chill? It's not a normal chill. Like someone flipped the wrong switch on the weather machine again. Probably Stark. It's always Stark." You also hear a parent of a skater with their child, and they said, "My kid was excited all week. Now the lights keep flickering and the music's cutting out. I'm telling you, Christmas just feels broken this year." You also sort of, see a bunch of the skaters that just pick up their skates and start leaving, right? They're just sort of done with the day and just all in dismay.
Okay. But no one's taking any hostile actions towards Jeff or...
No, you've done enough to quell the situation, and they seem to think that the situation is under control, but they're just sort of getting back on with their New Yorker lives. But they just don't feel like it's they've got the Christmas spirit or the Christmas spirit. It just seems a little low in supply in this area.
All right, so I'll just kind of run or hop over to Jeff and kind of like calm down a little bit and be like, "Come on, Jeff, let's stick together. Let's go find Lockjaw. Let's hit up one of your spots here that you marked on this map, okay? What's your best guess? Which one do you think be hanging out on?" I'm looking at this big juicy hot dog and I'm thinking like, this might calm you down a little bit, but let's pick up our spirits. Maybe we'll get some hot dogs here. You drew a hot dog and it says yum yums.
So yeah, he definitely perks up at that, the yum yums, and he just like starts again prancing around in a circle, and he just gets ready to go, and he just turns around and starts beelining it right off.
Wait for me. Okay. So I can, if it's in a rush, I mean, I can fly us there because I've got Mighty 2, so I can easily pick up Jeff. I mean, I don't easily is the right word because my arms aren't exactly long, but I could pick him up maybe under the belly or hold him up a little bit, or just grab him by the collar and we could just kind of fly over there.
So you can just sort of get underneath Jeff the shark.
I'll go underneath him, and all of a sudden he'll be like walking his paws there and be like not realizing he's up in the air and like, "Oh, whoa, woohoo!" And he'll be like, "I'll get us there in a jiffy."
So now it's Jeff the air shark flying throughout New York City. Oh,
perfect. It's New York, man.
Just go with it. Absolutely. If you wanted to do that, you can definitely get there faster. So away you go, zooming towards the hot dog stand, it seems. Part number 13.
Hot dog. Oh, that's where the 13 is on the hot dog. Part number 13. Oh, what a clever little guy.
So off they then scampered through snow-dusted fog, a land shark named Jeff and a brave thunder frog. They followed a trail with a sniff and a snort to a favorite snack cart of the hot doggy sort.
It's a regular sort of New York street of New York's sort of downtown core. The streets are still slushy and dirty, sidewalks filled with snow and debris and papers. But as you land, you do see the regular sort of people hustle, a bit of hustle and bustle, but not as much hustle and bustle as you normally see. You get some sort of New Yorkers just sort of walking down with the sort of wind at their backs, and the collars of their coats are tucked up, and they just sort of hands in their pockets. They're all sort of looking down at their feet as they're walking. They sort of bump into each other, and get the hey, watch where you're going here. And you see some of those Santas and those Santa suits, but they're all crumpled, right? They just seem to be deflated a little bit, and they just sort of ringing the bells, mostly just slamming the bells and sort of ringing them. And you see two other sort of Santas with they're trying to get their goodwill, but there's just nothing in there. Those little plates or those buckets, yeah. Those collection buckets. And there's just nothing but pennies, nickels, dimes, a couple dollar bills, nothing that they would normally take in. And you also see two other sort of Santas just sort of get a little territorial about trying to collect their collections, and they just sort of pull out these sharpened candy canes towards each other and just sort of like, here, buddy, this is my beef, this is my territory. You get back on 4th Street, right? You would have seen this sort of as you landed already, so you've already sort of landed, sort of walking down the street. Jeff sort of, as he's just using his nose, and he's just sort of winding his way to a well-known hot dog cart. And as you start to approach, you hear, "Get your pink goo here, pink goo in a tube."
Gross.
You start smelling the smell. It's of a sausage type hot dog that's just intoxicating to Jeff. You can just see all this drool just start coming down, and he's just leaving these puddles that get frozen sort of as he's just sort of eyes closed and just sort of doing that whole cartoon thing where they just sort of barely even touching the ground and just sort of following his nose, and bumps right into the cart as he gets there. "Hey, whoa, watch it there. You nearly knocked down my sauerkraut. Nobody messes with my sauerkraut. You got that?"
So we walk up to the guy. Easy friend. This is my good buddy Jeff. He just absolutely loves what you do here. He loves your hot dogs. By the way, you haven't seen a giant dog around here, have you, with a little fork in his forehead? Lockjaw?
"Oh yeah, the big dog with a little forky thing in his head. Yeah,
That's the one.
he's a good boy. He's a good customer of mine. Yeah, always he buys them by the dozens, by the almost can almost get rid of a whole truckload for that big pup. He pays in advance too. It's real good." But no, you could believe it. The sales have been lousy. Normally I can't keep up with the lunch rush, but today I could take a nap on the condiment stand. People just are too grumpy to eat hot dogs. Hot dogs? That ain't natural.
That ain't natural at all. Usually it's a comfort food. Well, sorry to hear about your troubles, friend. But have you seen Lockjaw around recently?
Yeah, you want information? Why don't you buy a hot dog first? Give me an ego roll.
See if I can get this information for free, or is it going to cost me a hot dog? I'm not a bad roll. That's a 6 plus 5 is 11 plus 4 is 15.
15, yeah. The target number was 13, so 15 definitely beats it. And he's like, no, I haven't seen that giant-sized pup around here. Though I did hear something weird stomping around underground yesterday. Made my whole cart rattle.
No worries, and I appreciate that. So you haven't seen him around, but you have been hearing some weird, strange noises, you said, coming from underground?
Yeah, stomping, rattling, and roaring. It's crazy, but then again, it's New York.
It's probably just the rats. I wouldn't worry too much about it. But you know what? Once we find Lockjaw, I'll definitely be looking into that for you. Oh, and here for your trouble. And you kind of reach in and pull out like a gold coin, like an Asgardian gold coin. Like, here, for the hot dog. My friend here has probably already been eating about half your cart.
He looks down and he just sees the big line of wieners just sort of like a spaghetti noodle just slurped right into it. Yeah, you guys go ahead and grab yourself a gabagoo, eh? Get out of here.
Thanks. Just reaches into the hot, like boiling oil in there and just pulls one out. Like, thanks.
Yeah, he's just looking at him. He's just like, these New Yorkers getting weirder and weirder. But why don't you give me another vigilance vigilance or ego check to sort of get a lay of the land or the area as you just sort of take a look around. The hot dog vendor just sort of get an indication that things aren't as right, and obviously you can see what's going on. The commotion.
Jousting with candy canes.
They're trying to shiv each other with candy canes. Yeah, things aren't exactly great. So give me a vigilance or an ego check to sort of get an idea, a temperament of the street and the area.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to do an ego check. You get a feel for the, oops, that was a 5, I knocked it over. 2 on the Marvel die, but a 5 and a 6 to accompany that, so that's pretty good. So it's 17.
Yeah, no, that's great, and you could definitely get a sense that things aren't right. It's Christmas time. Usually, there's Christmas carols being played of the speakers, and the stores are just filled with customers. But it doesn't seem to be the way this. Right, people are they're not in the shopping mood. They're not in the giving mood. You can definitely tell by the lack of goodwill being donated. And just the Santa's fighting? Come on, that's not supposed to happen at Christmas time. You hear another vendor outside the store. He's like, you want to hear something weird? The Christmas playlist on my radio keeps glitching. It's all like spooky static. I don't know, no joke. It's like ghosts trying to sing Mariah Carey. So Jeff, looking disappointed, but with a full
feels better now.
Hot dogs, yeah.
A little less hangry.
He sort of just draws a big red X over the hot dog cart. Okay. No Lockjaw here.
Here, all right. Okay.
But you look at the map, where to next?
All right, well, I see here that they have Bats' house, which I believe is based on this house with a big, giant circular window. I'm going to assume that Bats, well, I think Throg knows who Bats is, right?
Yeah, Dr. Strange, yes.
All right, Jeff, let's head over to Bats and talk to him, and maybe he knows where Lockjaw is.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
At the sound of Bats, he just sort of perks up and he's like, another friend. So he just meow, 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 and he just gets really excited, and he puts his paws out like he's about to fly.
Yeah, I got you, buddy. And go sleep underneath him, grab him, and we'll...
his tongue's out again, and he's just tongue wagging, yeah.
All right, bud, let's go see our friend Bats.
And then we're off to the Sanctum Sanctorum.
Yeah? Awesome.
With Lockjaw still missing, no pup to be found, not a paw print, nor drool trail, nor teleport inbound. So our heroes pressed on through the big city court, seeking clues that might help, of the mystical sort. So they trudged past the streetlights, all flickery and dim, to the Sanctum Sanctorum, both stately and grim.
Peculiar form of a basset hound, marching and pacing back and forth in front of the entrance. Bats. He's got his head down and is sort of sniffing through the spectral air.
Kind of like propellers way down, like, and just kind of drop there and drop Jeff down beside him, like, hey, Bats! And Jeff will probably be pretty excited to see him too, and do a little tail wag and just a little spin around when he's happy to see someone.
And Bats looks up from his deep thinking, and he says, hey there. Sorry, I just didn't see you, and I'm just a little bit jumpy. Oh, looks at Throg. Sorry.
It's okay, I get it all the time.
Things just seem kind of spooky around the holidays, Oh, hey, Jeff. Hello there, friend. He walks over, and looks a bit nervous around. He's like, just remember last time, no playing with the magical ornaments. The last time you did that, Wong had to spend 2 days having an exorcism over the snow globe.
Throg would look down at Jeff and kind of like give him a little smile and a smirk. Oh, you scamp.
All right, so Bats just sort of picks himself back up and sort of gets back on his path there. He's like, I'm supposed to be guarding the door. It's magic, you see. It's doing this hiccup thing again. Wobbling, fluctuating, kind of like a badly tuned Christmas carol. And he just sort of keeps going back through his marching pattern there through the door and sort of keeping watch in the front there. Everything just seems to smell kind of like stale fruitcake and existential dread. Well, usually that's a December 26th problem. Not right now.
Throg will be like, oh, that's weird. Yeah, things have been a little off around here. People have been talking around here. They're saying like the weather's been really strange, and they've been hearing strange noises. But and even you're feeling a little bit off too, eh? Oh, before I forget, have you seen Lockjaw?
Oh, you mean Lockjaw is missing? Oh,
yeah, you're supposed to meet up here with Jeff. And Jeff's like, with a sad face.
Yeah. It's like, oh no, that big teleporting pupper, eh? Well, haven't seen him lately. Normally he pops by for snacks and goes to Wong's absolutely do not touch drawer. If he's missing, well, that's not good. The magic veil is kind of already flickering and like cheap Christmas lights.
Do you have any idea what might be causing this? Is it Dormammu? He gets in a fight stance.
No, nothing that dire, at least not that I'm aware of, but magic readings are dropping off across the city. It's like something's, draining Christmas magic. Not a full drain, though. More like taking bite marks out of it, you know? And then he looks over and he sees Jeff gnawing on a sort of a lamppost, and then the lamppost just sort of fizzles and goes out. Yeah, kind of like that. Give me sort of another ego or vigilance check to sort of, again, get the lay of the land of what's sort of going around here.
Ego all day, baby. I got a +4 to my ego, so we'll stick with that target number, or is it just the best you can?
Yeah, do the best you can, but if it's a higher number.
Ooh, it's middling. 5 + 3 is 8, +4 is a 12.
Okay, 12 is actually pretty good. See, with that, you definitely get it's the Sanctum Sanctorum is sort of like a bastion, a barrier, sort of a guard post for things arcane and occult, magical, spooky. Doctor Strange and Stephen Strange is the Sorcerer Supreme for a reason. He has bats sort of on patrol. He knows that bats sort of have a sense of certain magical things and sort of magical ley lines. Again, sort of like a hound dog on a scent, but the scent this time is sort of magical.
Okay.
So he's just out there sort of protecting, and you get that, and sort of you understand sort of the situation why bats would sort of be on guard. He didn't sort of say why, but you get sort of around the magical time of Christmas. Christmas is a magical time, so to be on guard mostly. Something's sort of off.
Maybe Throg be like, has this ever happened before, Bats? Is it because it's Christmas Eve? Is something with the Christmas, magic of Christmas?
and so Bats would just sort of stop, and his ears sort of perk up, and just sort of looks up at Throg and says, well, of course, it's a magical time of year, don't you know? And magic is quite strong at this time of year for a very good reason. And he sort of looks down, he sniffs again, he's like, if you're looking to do some hero business.
Oh, I see.
He sort of gives a sniff and get a hint of a trail of magic, and he's like, there's a magical residue heading towards the center. You know, like someone dragged a giant enchanted Christmas tree through the ether.
Interesting.
If
Quite the metaphor.
But you can follow that scent.
Kind of looks over at Jeff at following sense, like, how good's your sniffer?
Well, if you can follow that scent, you might just find out what's messing everything up, or hopefully find Lockjaw too.
Priorities. I think in Throg's mind, our first mission. I mean, this does seem dire, but he's kind of very focused in a linear line here. So I think he does still want to find Lockjaw first until he's forced to pivot to a new quest.
Yeah.
Quest trail.
Okay.
So I think we're still going to keep an eye out for Lockjaw, but it's interesting to know that, the magic, Christmas, I guess this Christmas magic's going wonky?
You definitely get a sense of Christmas, the magical veil. He said that the magical veil sort of seems a bit wonky, but out of flux, but like broken Christmas carols. And you got the sense that there was other people sort of hearing that there was some maybe spooky vibes going over the Christmas songs that they were hearing on the radio. So it's up to you, but if you have any more questions for Bats or anything like that.
Unless his big old sniffer can pick up the scent of Lockjaw or give us a hint as where he might point us. I mean, if he can't, then we do have one spot still left on our map of Lockjaw hotspots that him and Jeff are supposed to hang out at. So
Bats would be like, oh, I haven't seen the big teleporting pupper, but you know, obviously, if he's gone missing, it's probably some big trouble out there.
All right, so we'll just. I think Throg will be like, okay, good job there, Bats. Really appreciate the information, and if you need any help, just put up the bat signal, and I'll come running. But right now, we're gonna find our friend Lockjaw, and we're gonna sort all this stuff out. Trust me, we got this.
Oh,
right, Jeff?
Jeff is already
just spin around in a circle, and then he's got ready to go. Okay, so we're off to some pretty pictures there, Jeff. Like, is he kind of looking at his map?
Yeah, he's very excited.
I'm seeing the Throg is seeing a square and is that a watch? Is that a clock? Do we do like a logic check to see if Throg can put this together? I put it together. I know it's the Times Square, right?
Yeah. Well,
let's with the square in it. So I just want to know if okay. So let's have the dice decide if Throg can put that together.
Yeah. Looking at the picture there, I mean, you might understand where you're heading towards, but Throg might not be as savvy with the Jeff pictograms. Why don't you give me a logic check to see if you can figure this out?
Fair enough. Okay, let's see if we can put these clues together, yeah. My logic is, no bonuses for logic for non-combat. So we roll on the dice. Ooh, not bad. 14 in total.
Oh yeah,
No.
definitely it gets over the challenging mark of 13. So yeah, you can.
A square with a clock in it. Clocks tell time. Times Square! Pretty pictures. That's where all
Yeah.
the video screens are.
And Jeff celebrates and jumps up and gives you a big lick. You got it.
Awesome. Let's go, buddy. And he'll pick him up back up again and then just go fly off to Times Square.
Again, takes the superhero position, flying through, and yep, off they go. So in addition to all the pretty pictures that Lockjaw and Jeff seem to just enjoy as they go to Times Square, one of the other notable buildings in the area close to Times Square is the Daily Bugle, which is another place where a lot of news information could be found. Also some nice chewy newspapers for them to fetch and go get.
Sure.
So another place that they seem to enjoy. So in that area, off we go to Times Square and the Daily Bugle.
So onward they hustled through snow-swirling air, for answers were hiding, but where? Where? If hot dogs and magic can't point out the way, perhaps some colorful screens will illuminate what's astray. They bounded past taxis, all honking galore, past shoppers whose shoulders drooped low to the floor. For New York felt gloomy, all droopy and blue, as if someone had stolen its holiday hue. So they skittered and skedaddled through wind that went thwip, heading straight to Times Square to see ads you can't skip.
Yeah, so Throg can be flying over Times Square there, holding on to Jeff, and we're looking for a place to kind of land. We just kind of again, slowly float down thanks to Frognir. Let him down. We're kind of sniffing around, and we're looking around and seeing if there's anything strange, if it looks...
Well, give me a vigilance check for this one.
Yeah, I borrowed that one on myself. Okay. We'll do this one with Jeff. 'Cause
Yeah.
He's got a +2 to his vigilance.
Right.
Well,
Maybe
got
you
a
have heightened
plus-
senses as being a shark.
Maybe my shark senses are tingling.
Yeah,
Let's see what we got here. Not too bad. 8, 9 plus 2, so we're only on 11.
Okay.
It's not amazing.
It's not a challenging check to sort of see what's going on here. Again, it's Times Square. There's lots of video screens, lots of advertisements, lots of hustle and bustle in this area. Taxis, vehicles. You do see in that area, though. Again, it's the advertisements. The screens seem to be flickering. Right, like you try to hear the jingle jangles, the music, in the what do you call it, the jingles that they have there for their advertisements.
Oh yeah.
And it just seems flat. It seems off key, and things are just sort of being drained from the screens. And it seems to be having the same effect on New Yorkers as well. They're just sort of bumping and jostling past each other.
Do you
and if
smell anything there? Is like the smell of ozone or anything like that?
I mean,
You think it's electro around draining the power?
you don't get anything of that, especially with the role that you gave me. But one thing that you do sort of notice, or possibly even more than notice, you feel Throg feels someone bump into him accidentally as they just sort of they're looking at these photographs that they have in this sort of camera hanging over an old-timey camera too. Like you don't see too many of those old-fashioned cameras. And he's like, you hear something mutters like, I gotta get these to Jane Jonah Jameson right away. These pictures of Spider-Man are gonna make my rent pay for this month. And he just sort of beelines off towards another building of the area that you may be familiar with, called the Daily Bugle.
Right. As you mentioned, be like, "Ow, that guy's solid." Look, Daily Bugle. Yeah, maybe there's some. Maybe we'll bump into a report or something like that. Maybe we'll get some information at the source of the news over here at the Daily Bugle.
Action news, maybe.
Maybe that's where the action is. So we'll head over to. We'll get a little closer to the Daily Bugle. We'll march over there and see if we hear anybody.
There's definitely a newsstand out in front of the building, of course, selling the Daily Bugle news. You can sort of see headlines written on there. It's weird though, the headlines aren't about Christmas or anything like that, but they do seem to state that there's been a lot of energy fluctuations, a lot of power outages, a lot of crime sprees going on in the area.
Very festive.
One newspaper even sort of has a sort of a picture of a large dark figure in an alleyway, and other reports of growls and roars from the subway, not sounding like a natural subway train. You know, those types of news headlines sort of that you take in off of the newsstand there.
So I take it we're not seeing Lockjaw anywhere around here as we're scanning the area.
Unfortunately, no, there is no Lockjaw that you can tell here.
But I guess we'll talk to the guy at the bodega there who's selling these things. So Throg will be like, "Hey, you haven't seen a giant dog with the little prongs fork on his forehead, have you, around here recently?"
He looks at you. He's like, "You all right, fella? You look a little green."
"Oh, I'm super."
"Oh, yeah, you super types, huh? Always." And then he's looking at you. He's like, "Yeah, well," and he points to the newsstand. He's like, "Hey, news, huh? You looking for some news? It ain't free, right?" He's just sort of holds out his hand.
Oh, man. Low in Christmas spirit indeed. They're not even giving information away for free. I'm just looking around. He's like, "I've only got a couple more of these gold coins I took from Asgard." All right, so he's like, "Here you go. I hope this will do."
He just looks at it. He's like, "Holy jeez, man." He just sort of takes that and bites it, just looks at it. He's like, yeah. So yeah, maybe if you want to check things out around here, you go to that big tree in Rockefeller Center. Someone says that someone's draining all the energy from it. It's looking real droopy, and people getting real spooked by it. You know, we had people working on it, seems. A lot of electrical crews can't figure it out.
It does sound like a job for a hero, but I am looking for Lockjaw. If you haven't seen him, that's too bad.
What's a lockjaw? Is that like a tool?
No, it's just a big dog who teleports around a lot. He's best friend with my friend Jeff.
What Jeff? Who Jeff? What are you looking at?
No, Jeff! Oh, nuts.
And you can see sort of head sort of pops up. He's just in a sort of another newsstand, just chewing on all the papers.
No, Jeff, I don't have enough gold for that.
Hey, get your dog out of there! Come on, man!
Not a dog, just a land shark.
Throw.
All right, if Lockjaw's not around here, and we've hit all the spots on your map, I don't know, maybe I don't know how you feel about this, Jeff, but maybe we can put a pin in searching for Lockjaw right now, and search into the reason why all the power is dimming around here and why we're having these crazy fluctuations. The friendly guy at the newsstand there said we should go check out Rockefeller Center and check out the big tree. Have you been to the big tree yet? I mean, I don't know, maybe Lockjaw's there. It's worth a shot.
Yeah, and at the sound of a big tree, you just sort of see his eyes sort of light up, and it's just like, again, he's aware of Lockjaw's penchant for chasing sticks, right? He loves a good stick, like a good boy does.
Okay.
And he's just like, yeah, that's, you get a sense that he starts and he starts bouncing around, thinking that that's a great idea.
Okay, perfect. All right, so with that, we're off to Rockefeller Center to check out this big Christmas tree. Hopefully there we'll find some Christmas spirits. All right, so I just scoop up Jeff, fly to the air with a little leap, a hop, and a soar and a bound, and we're flying off.
And flying off again. Hey, you didn't pay for those newspapers.
Just throw a coin down.
Oh, yeah. He absolutely grabs it and I'm done for the day. He throws a close sign and he walks away.
To Rockefeller Center they hurried in stride, where the tree stood all droopy and crooked and snide. Its lights gave a fizzle, a sizzle that went black, as if Christmas itself had left and wasn't coming back. Then came a roof and a bamf by the tree, a jolt in the air. Oh my, could it be? Out tumbled dear Lockjaw, his tail in a curl. His fork on his forehead gave one frazzled whirl. Jeff cried with his eyes as if to say, "Lockjaw, we found you, oh happy hooray!" But Lockjaw's big jowls showed only dismay on display. He pawed at the ground with a tremble and sway, for he knew Christmas was in jeopardy, and badly this day.
So you arrive at Rockefeller Center, again with a heroic landing. And as you do that, you hear a bamf and a whiz and a teleport portal just opens up. And Lockjaw.
Jeff, we did it. We found Lockjaw.
and with the light, Jeff waddles and sways over towards where Lockjaw is, just sort of as a happy land shark would, just sort of waddling in big grin and drool. But then as he comes up to Lockjaw doesn't sort of greet him with the joyful doggy dance that they would normally have.
Prance around his paws.
Yeah, he's sort of looking very, very upset. He starts pawing at the ground and sort of sniffing and woofing, and a display of dismay on his face, if I may.
I'm not sure how well Lockjaw can communicate Because I know we're reading most of these expressions off his face and off his actions.
Yeah.
So I think in the way that these guys often will communicate with each other, they'll just get it off vibe and feeling and expression.
Yeah, give me an ego check for this one as well. It's going to be, again, it's not so much of a pass or fail, but if you want to know sort of a lot more information from him, the higher the roll, the more information you can glean. So see how much you can glean from Lockjaw and his behavior, and maybe some other conversations going around in the area. So
I think you mentioned before that the tree itself is kind of waning and low energy there too.
yes, so
people are probably ticked off around here, not very happy.
Yeah. So as you've already gleaned and heard that there's been a lot of energy fluctuations, and you can definitely tell from the tree. Normally regal and tall, but for some reason it seems drained, sapped. The tree is drooping. Okay. The branches just aren't holding up. The ornaments are all cracked and hanging off as well, and the lights are flickering and fading.
So I don't know what a 13 on an ego check is going to get me for non-combat, but that's what I got.
13's not bad. You hear one of the workers, like one of the construction workers there that work for the Rockefeller Center. He's got to the display panel on his hands there, and he's looking at the cords. He's like, "Oh, we keep boosting the power, but something keeps draining it." You hear a kid running by too. He's like, "Why does the tree look so sad? Did someone do something bad to it?"
My money's still in Electro. I'm gonna find that guy.
And an elderly woman too. You hear her. She's, "I've been coming here every Christmas since the 60s. Never seen the spirit of the tree fade like this. It feels hollow, like the city's heart's just slowing down." So you definitely get the sense of it's draining. There's no cheer here. Everything sort of seems on the fritz. And Lockjaw's expression matches that. He looks like he just teleported from somewhere as well. Like his heckles are up. You notice that for sure. He's got sort of like a sadness to him, but he's tense. Okay. Right? And as best as he can try to explain things, he just digs down deep into his core, and you can see that the tongs, the fork on his forehead start to glow. So Lockjaw, he generates some sort of power himself, right from the tongs from his forehead, and they just start vibrating, and this energy starts coming from it, and then out sort of like a projection, kind of like an R2-D2 sort of situation. He starts projecting a scene of what he just saw. It looks deep underground, like a sub basement. You see he gives a projection of rocks in sort of a cave-like shape, but also some technology down there too. You see in the center of this area, you see a tall figure trapped in what looks like a containment field. Energy seems to be flowing from it into it's sort of being captured into a sort of a beacon or a star-shaped ornament. Energy seems to be flowing into it. Large machines as well are in the background, seem to be thrumming and pulsing. All the while, an imposing figure cackles and roars in glee. And then Lockjaw just shakes, and sort of drool sort of flaps everywhere, gets everyone and everything. And he's just like, sort of shakes himself. He used a lot of his focus to sort of get that energy out to you guys, but he wanted to make it clear that there's trouble down
somewhere
below.
Underground, like directly below. Is that why he's in this spot?
He's pawing at the ground. He's pawing at the ground. It's definitely close and nearby. And there's someone seems to be in trouble. Someone's sort of an energy source seems to be draining energy down there.
So if he's concerned and he thinks there's trouble down there, and the people around here are concerned about energy being drained, I think we found the source of our problem. So Throg would be like, "Lockjaw, I think we need to go investigate more. Do you think it's safe for you to teleport us down there? Because it could take me a while to dig. and I know you're pretty strong too, but teleportation might just be a little bit faster, buddy. Jeff, are you okay if you want to come around with this? You don't need to. You can sit this one out."
Oh, Jeff's already got. Normally, he would have a big smile. No, this time it's serious. He's just he's locked in. He sees Lockjaw upset. Jeff's ready to go.
Looks like we're all in. Pet Avengers, assemble! Am I allowed to say that? Is that copyrighted? Sorry. Let's just go. And he puts his hand on Lockjaw, and I guess Jeff would do the same thing, puts up his little paw. And
so you do that, the fur on his back and the hackles all start to stand up, and you feel the electrical pulse of the energy of a teleportation, and then zap. So as the teleport energy of Lockjaw bamfs into this chamber is an ancient metallic cavern full of magical conduits, cracked stones, and broken Doombot parts. Around the chamber stands a towering energy extraction engine made of twisting metal conduits, wires, and computer consoles. In the middle of the chamber are glowing ley lines, formed in arcane circle with pulsing runes and glyphs. In the center of the magic circle is a large, stooped figure, the living essence of a Christmas tree come to life. With a mossy white beard, Grootmas is trapped inside of a containment ring. Lights from the runes flicker as his life force is being drained.
Ooh.
Above all that, prominent in the chamber is a glowing crystal star, seemingly absorbing and harnessing the life essence being drawn from Grootmas.
He's stealing the power of Christmas.
Throg's hammer starts humming with energy. Lockjaw growls, and Jeff immediately loses his balance and knocks over some rocks and debris that start clattering down.
Some cans that happen to be fortuitously in his way.
some old Doombot armor just clatters around. Then you see the menacing figure of Doom, but not Doom. A larger, primal version of Doom. This is Doom T-Rex, and he turns dramatically to you. Fools! Christmas shall be extinct, and with its magic, I shall form a new season of Doom. Roll for initiative.
If Jeff and Lockjaw are kind of tied for going first in initiative order, and they just saw this giant Doom T-Rex come in and monologue away and explaining things, and I guess they can see those two Doombots there by the computer consoles, and this poor Saint Grootmas or Father Grootmas.
Father Grootmas, that's right. Yeah, well, as far as you could tell. Anyways, yes. He looks very Christmassy, like a living Christmas tree come to life, being his life essence
power.
being drained. Yeah.
Okay.
But thank you for pointing out there are two Doombots, but they're not like pristine Doombots. They seem refurbished, put together, damaged and repaired. Sub-functioning Doombots.
Oh, good. That's a bit of relief. I think Jeff would want to try to help get Father Grootmas free there. If Lockjaw would be going just before Jeff would be kind of like almost simultaneously putting his paw on the side of Lockjaw and looking up at Lockjaw and kind of looking over where Grootmas is and have a sad face, expression on his face. And Lockjaw would understand. It's like, yeah, they would kind of, in their own way, communicate like, we're going to try to save this guy. Let's get him out of there. He doesn't deserve this. So if possible, we could have Lockjaw maybe go first and teleport over to where Father Grootmas is, or where do they think they might need to go to try to stop?
So Lockjaw has the teleportation
happening?
ability, absolutely. And so is your plan to sort of teleport into the magic circle?
Ooh, that's interesting. Well, I was just going to try to teleport because close to where that crystal is and try to maybe trash this place or try to damage or try to stop it from functioning.
Yeah, so if your intention is to try to smash the crystal or try to smash the containment or try to smash the ruins, you can definitely teleport into that area where you can have access to try to cause as much mayhem and damage as you want.
If you could just kind of bamf close to where the center machine is.
Teleport together is an option you can use, where the character can teleport someone they are touching. Yep. So that means for 10 focus, we're going to teleport Jeff and Lockjaw right over here. Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, because they're kind of looking at this.
Sorry, where do you want?
Yeah, that's actually a little bit nicer on camera. So let's do that. So they're looking at this crystal. They're looking at what's attached to this big machine. They're looking at how this guy is trapped inside this machine, and they're looking to see if how they can, in their own cute little way, turn this thing off. So if that's Lockjaw's action and move, well, that's a movement action. Right?
Let's see. Yeah, teleportation is a standard movement or reaction.
Okay, so that was his movement action.
Yeah. He can also
Lockjaw
use
still has an action. Right?
Lockjaw can he can just start getting all.
I guess with this Desma, he's gonna
With-
try to grab some wires, just try to pull something out, or try to unplug something, or just try to shut power down to this device.
If you want to try to go after a power conduit, you could absolutely do that. Yeah. So you do see in that area where that crystalline star is absorbing energy. There's a lot of conduits and consoles. If you want to try to just start to attack the machine, so to speak, it is a melee action to do that because it is a device. It has a certain amount of hit points, but basically you're just trying to do damage to it. There's no chance of missing. Like it's a stationary.
Oh,
object,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
So
We're
automatic.
automatic, so we're just gonna do damage. So do you want me to roll for Lockjaw?
So I've got the character sheet for him. So you direct what you want me to do, but I'll give it a roll.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, sorry about that. We
Two
do
on the
hit, but
Marvel
we have
die.
a 2 on the Marvel die.
Not
Unfortunately,
attacking with an edge, you see.
he does not have an ability where he can do that. So it's a 2 times 4. So we got 8 plus 5. So we are doing 13.
13 points of damage.
So you do see some of the wires out there. He's going to chomp into it, and he's going to do a bit of damage. He definitely takes a chunk. He doesn't really wreck anything. He pulls out. He sees some zaps and some wires, and as he's doing that, the only thing you really notice as he's chomping away and pulling out some of those cables is that the star does sort of flicker. It's sort of some of the energy that it's starting to gain. It seems maybe that it just sort of flickered and maybe sort of lost a pulse or a bit of that energy.
Now that we're closer to this Father Grootmas and trapped inside, is he like frozen in there? Is he moving around? Is he kind of in pain a little bit, or
with a passive bit of information there? What you can see is that he does seem to be drained, like really drained at this point in time. Like
he's not like frozen in there, right?
He's not frozen. He is moving. You can see a bit of movement, and as he sees the hero sort of arrive on scene, these golden eyes, these that glow like Christmas lights, look up at you, and you can still see some vitality in it, but it seems to be draining.
Okay.
The containment field, you can feel the energy from where you are, not just electronic technical energy, but a magical energy in the area as well. So there's both of those things going on. You get a sense that whatever's tethering this thing to the machine is being powered, not only by the electrical devices, but by a magical device as well.
That sounds in line with what Doom does.
Being that close, you also see these glowing ruins, 3 of them, on the floor, marked with 3 glowing ruins that pulse in time with the star as it's pulsing and draining the energy. So that's what you get. That's what you see. Anything else that Lockjaw wants to do after he's been playing tug of war with these conduits?
Yeah, no, I guess it wasn't enough to shut it down, but that's good enough to know. Okay, so Jeff's going next. He kind of sees what Lockjaw got out of that, and seeing what Lockjaw did, he's like, yeah, that tracks for me too. And he's looking around for something for him to chomp on as well too.
He sees what Lockjaw is doing. He says, "Hey,
good plan. Yeah,
I like that plan.
Thing,
let's get these sharp teeth and put them to work." Yeah, absolutely. If he wants to sort of take another chomp at the machine as well, he can definitely do that. Again, it's a melee attack.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's good. I'm glad we don't have to roll a hit. Oh, it's only a 3 on the Marvel die. Well, actually, he has a hit and run ability. That would give him an edge on this. Can I hit and run this thing?
If you want to charge at it and grab it and just keep sliding away.
Sure, yeah. Maybe I'll just kind of like, just munching around all over this thing. Just kind of, kind of like sawing, bite, and all over this thing, trying to grab the wires, going up and down the wire a little bit.
So that
we'll
gives
that
you
into the...
get a little extra movement after this as well.
Sure. That means I get an edge, and I'm going to re-roll this Marvel die. Yeah, turned it from a 3 into a 6.
Oh, nice. Excellent.
Okay, so a little more damage there then.
He's just gnawing on it. Does he?
He's going to kind of go, kind of go around, and he's going to circle back to where Lockjaw is right next to him.
Right back. Okay.
Pretty much, just kind of like sawing it all with his teeth, kind of chewing on those cable wires. And 3 on the multiplier.
That's 18 plus.
So 18 plus 2. So nice, even 20.
20. Okay, great. Both of you guys got some good chomps off of that. Yep. Okay, and same thing. It's around the same sort of damage threshold that Lockjaw did. So it's, again, you see the pulse dim from the crystal, but not much more than that so far. When you see Grootmas, you're looking up, or just as he's going sort of just sawing around this thing, you do sort of see him sort of like there is some sort of, I wouldn't say relief, but you do get the sense that that the energy that you're sapping away from this machine is sort of giving him it's having an effect with the amount that it's absorbing.
So it is having effect. We're not.
So it's abating how much it's drawing from him. Yes.
So our plan of chewing on wires is working.
Well, it seems if you're messing with the machinery, yeah. I mean, hopefully it doesn't blow up, but yeah, you've so far so good. But I'm going to say that in your narration of what Jeff's doing, he did run over those ruins as he's sort of chomping away, right?
Yeah.
Could you give me an agility check as you sort of hop over those carved ruins?
Sure. Target number?
13.
Agility. Oh, not just forte. Rolling high. Not too bad. 8 plus 5 is 13. Plus 1
All right. Yeah.
is 14.
You get the sense that it's a little bit rough. It's not definitely not smooth. That there's some carved ruins. The energy from these ruins have a connection to what's going on. You can just sort of feel that as you ran through that area. It'll give you some sense that the ruins could be interacted with.
They can be interacted with. Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if Throg picked up on that as he saw Jeff skimming around. Okay.
After Lockjaw and Jeff, we come to Dino Doom.
Oh.
So Doom sees these interlopers into his machinery. He says, "Ugh, menacing mutts, get away from my device." And so he's going to stomp right on over as far as he can get, and he's going to get into a position where he can sort of bind them up. He's going to cast the Crimson Bands of Sitorak and wrap the heroes up like a ribbon on a present. Seeing Jeff just sort of skitter over everything and move around a lot, so he wants to try to wrap up this shark. So Doom moves over, stomps on over, and you can see these tiny little arms sort of weave a mystical spell, and then out shoots these ribbons, these red ribbons, like a bow, wrapping around or targeting Jeff, wrapping around him.
Lockjaw see this coming, yeah, he'd probably want to get in the way of this.
Okay, let's see if.
Hopefully, if you're cool with that.
All right, so he's going to use his reaction to interpose. With someone within the reach of the target, it becomes the target of an attack that does not also target the character. Yeah, so yeah, he can interpose with that. He's targeted. All right. But it's a Marvel.
What does Marvel mean?
We rolled a Marvel, a 4 and a 1, and that's a +7. So we're definitely hitting the defense of 12. Is it for?
Yeah, because Jeff would have been 13 actually. Sorry.
13.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we definitely hit. We got a Marvel on it. So you said that Lockjaw was going to interpose heroically, getting in the way of those bands. So instead of Jeff the land shark getting wrapped up with a tight little bow, it's actually Lockjaw that steps in the way.
Nice.
And gets all tangled up.
And
all ribboned
pinned to the ground.
Yeah,
guy.
because it's a Marvel. Not only is he grabbed, he's also pinned, which means he's going to have trouble on any melee agility actions and cannot take any movement actions. So there's that. Okay. Jeff, however, is still free to cause chaos. That's going to be Doom's movement and action. I'm going to be eyeing that little frog there.
One eye
as, as he's just sort of checking.
Come at thee, villain! I shall bash your shins mightily.
Well, he's going to have to wait because we've got the 2 Doombots to go before that. The Doombots, as I said before, they're sort of clunky. They're sort of rickety. There's some sparks sort of flying out of them. They're not. They may look like old leftover Doombots from maybe an old one of Von Doom's lairs. So using is sort of passively using the machine telepathy for flavor. Yeah. He's going to command his Doombots to sort of take out these interlopers, make sure they don't interrupt the equipment. So seeing that, they're going to activate. We've got Lockjaw all bandaged up, and we have the Jeff standing right there. So this one's going to move over and take position where he can sort of blast away at them.
No, not Jeff. You monsters.
This one also sees, listening to its orders, seeing what has been done to that's about 5, to the machines as well. So they're going to sort of get in on it and just start blasting away. Yeah, and it's just going to be an elemental blast for both of them.
Jeffy?
So the ones, sorry, I moved them at the same time just because they're going in that order. That's my mistake.
Oh, right, back and forth.
Yeah. But I apologize for that. But yeah, we got one blasting at Jeff and one blasting at Lockjaw. We're just going to keep them both down.
Okay.
So yeah, the one that's standing right behind Jeff is going to, I hate doing this, blast at Jeff, no!
Look at all that cute little Jeff. How dare you?
I know, right?
Look at his cuteness.
Let's see what we get. Okay, we got a 5 on the Marvel, a 4, and a 2.
Target number against his agility is only a 12. I think I might want you to re-roll that Marvel die, so I might use a Karma to force a re-roll there.
Okay. Yeah, we got 13.
Yeah, that just beats it. Yeah, so I'm going to get you to re-roll that 5, actually.
Okay. It's a 4. So we got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12?
Oh, 12 is the actual number, sorry.
Oh,
yeah, you just hit. Meets it, beats it.
All right, but it's a lower number.
It's a lower.
Okay, so 4 times 3, 4, 8, 12, plus 2. Okay, so you're doing 14 points of damage into Jeff.
14?
14,
Okay.
yeah, 14 blast damage into poor Jeff.
Ouch!
Yeah. And then the next one into a Lockjaw. Okay, well, that's... again, so we got a 6, a 2, and a 2 on the Marvel. That's not very good. But we have a total of 12. Okay, so he takes a shot at Lockjaw. His agility defense is 11. So unfortunately, the 12 does hit, but it's only 2 on the Marvel die.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got a little bit of damage reduction. So we're actually going to only do 2 times 2 then is 4, plus 2 is 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage.
Got there. All right, only 6 points of damage. Not a big deal. These are, like I said, they're low functioning Doombots, but hey, they're enough to get in the way. That's all they're going to do. Now, on to the Frog. Throg.
Throg sees his friends being attacked by these Doombots and pinned and wrapped in these giant red ribbons by a giant dinosaur, and he's got a hard decision to make. Which one of these things get bashed first? Yeah, he definitely wants to start hitting something with his mighty hammer, so he starts spinning around like propeller style, and he gets ready to leap into the air and fly forward. I think he's going to go after one of these Doombots, get rid of these Doombots first, because I think he could be fighting that dino all day, and he looks pretty tough, but if he can start getting these numbers down, maybe he'll go after the Doombot closest to Jeff there and fly over.
So he's got flight, so he's no problem getting the movement in, yeah?
Yeah, well, let me double check his flight on the trooper version. Yeah, 15. Okay, so
he's definitely, he can definitely get in between the Doombot
and that's probably where
Jeff right there.
Yeah, he flies over and he's coming down. He's going to take a mighty swing with Frog near and try to crack that guy right on top of his head and kind of swing right down towards the ground and try to bring his head with it. He doesn't have any actually like special melee attacks for this. It's just gonna be a basic melee attack. He's got Mighty 2.
Yeah.
So he's got
Mighty 2.
Yeah, he's got some extra power on the swing. Yeah, so it's just gonna be a basic melee attack.
All right. Clobber, smash, bash.
No, he doesn't have super strength or anything like that. This is literally just a swing with a hammer.
Okay.
What's the melee defense?
Melee defense on these damaged Doombots is only a 12.
That's 10 on the dice plus 4. Yeah,
all right.
So we're getting 14.
Yeah, you get through.
So the hit connects. I imagine they've got damage reduction, right?
Damage reduction 1, yes. The armor isn't as pristine as it used to be, so it's only damage reduction 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so he's got these clunky cracked armor, so it seems easier to break through. But I only got a 4 on the Marvel die. I'm wondering if it's worth spending a Karma to try to re-roll that, try to get something better. It's always 50 though, right?
Karma.
You know what? No, it's a little better because I might get a Marvel. So, okay, we'll spend a Karma and we will re-roll this Marvel die and hope for a Marvel.
Let's go.
No, worse. Got to a 3. So
all right, we'll go back to the 4. So damage reduction of 1.
Okay, that brings it into a 4. 4 times 4 is
16.
16 plus 4.
20.
Even 20.
20 points of damage into the Doombot.
Go through crunch.
Nice. Excellent.
Do I add a few more cracks in that armor? Just like standing.
So with that mighty crack into the armor, it's one of the arms sort of hangs limply there. But yeah, he's still intact. Anything else for Throg's turn there?
No, he wants to stay close to Jeff so he can maybe interpose as well too if need be.
Okay. So that brings us to the end of round 1. At the end of round 1, you do sort of see the machine there. It took a couple blows. So it's not functioning as at peak as it would. So the amount of energy it draws from Grootmas, who's still trapped in the machine, you can see that the energy is still drawing some energy from him, but perhaps not as much as it normally would have due to the damage that the machine took. The glyphs continue to glow. The magic circle continues to glow around Grootmas, and he just has not been able to break free. But you do see again some more wilting and some more withering of Grootmas. At the end of this round, you see Dino Doom sort of stands up and roars mightily as these interlopers are in his lair, in his workshop, in his lab. And as he roars, you can hear the reverberations off the walls and the rocks and all that sort of loosen on top of the ceiling, and some debris starts falling down, crashing into the ground. So I need everyone to do a quick agility check to see if there's any sort of rocks or debris that falls down on top of them. Now, unfortunately, Lockjaw is all locked up there, so I'm going to say that he's going to have trouble on this agility check. The agility is not that difficult. We're going to set it at a 12.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to roll for Throg first because he's got good agility. Ooh, I don't know if a bunch of 2s are going to do it though.
For Lockjaw,
have anything else that would help?
Oh, that's actually pretty good for Lockjaw. Despite being all wrapped up, Lockjaw does make through.
Ooh, really?
The rocks just sort of do a sort of fall in and around him. But
this is non-combat, right?
Yeah, non-combat.
I got an 11. Unfortunately,
he's pretty tough.
Somehow doesn't. Yeah, maybe just starts spinning his hammer, but just takes the hit. Let's see if Jeff can wiggle his way out from them. Ooh, it's so bad. Only 10 for Jeff, so Jeff doesn't make it out of the way either.
So it seems that most of the rocks fell on this area here. So both Throg, Jeff, and this Doombot are all taking some damage from the falling debris. It's only a ×2, so I'm going to roll the Marvel right now.
Sorry, Throg has a damage reduction of 2.
Oh, okay.
So this might return that to a 0. Marvel time.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a ×2. So despite being hit by it, his toughness is still going to prevent that tiny little frog from taking any
Unless
damage.
Maybe a little Marvel.
But it's a 3, so it's a 3 ×2. So we're only taking 6 points of damage.
Okay,
it's not bad.
So unfortunately, Jeff will take 6 points of damage, but Throg will kind of be spinning his frog near above his head, propeller style, and the rocks will just kind of like deflect off it, and nothing will actually injure him. Although they hit him, he does get injured.
Yeah. Poor Jeff, though, is taking a bit of a...
Poor Jeff.
Taking some nicks and bumps.
6 points of damage.
Yeah, 6 points of damage. There you go. So, top of round 2, we've got Lockjaw and we've got Jeff. So I believe Lockjaw was still first in the initiative order.
Yes. He can't use his movement action to teleport out of
because he's pinned.
Bands, right? So, but he could use an action to teleport out of those bands?
Yes, an action. Yeah, if he wants to teleport, I don't see any reason why he would just teleport himself and not the bands.
But his action is spent, so he won't be able to help damage this thing. Or can he interact with anything where he is right now if he is still tied up? Like if he uses his action, can he like do anything with those runes?
He would have trouble on any melee attack, but he could try to his bound up weight and just sort of throw himself onto the runes if he wanted to use an action to do that. Chew on one of the rocks.
Yeah. He's actually in a location where it's not bad for him to try to do something to these runes that are right behind him, because I don't want him to waste his action. If you're giving me the option to suggest something for Lockjaw, I'd say that he might take advantage of being pinned in this location. Maybe he brought down a little bit lower and he kind of, his nose might pick up the scent of this magic and see something right there that he might be able to use his giant jaw to kind of chomp on something and try to damage some of those glyphs that are around there.
He will have trouble, but yeah, he can definitely try.
And goes for the toy on the ground.
For the toy on the ground, absolutely. With trouble then, because he will have trouble because of the pin, we're going to do a melee attack against the rune. The thing about that is that it's just an object, so we can't really not hit it. So in a sense, we're just sort of putting trouble on the Marvel die, I guess.
See how much damage, right? Because this is something we need to damage. Is that what we're saying?
But you can definitely try to interact with it by chewing on one of the runes, and something that he can sort of chomp on. He can get his jaws on it and chomp on it.
When all you have is jaws, everything looks like a chew toy.
Absolutely. So
roll hit. Just roll hit. Can't do worse than 2.
Yeah, we got 6 on the second one, so we got to go back. So it's a 4 times 2, so that's 8 plus 5. So another 13. So he does 13 points of damage.
Oh, still something.
So as Lockjaw, good boy, does exactly that. He just goes after the chew toy. It wasn't as mighty of a chomp as he would like because of the ribbons inhibiting his jaws there, but he does get a pretty good crack into that, and you can see a lot of the magic sort of flicker, and you see sparks coming out of it, just like a Marvel spark circle. It does look like it's been very badly damaged, but not completely damaged. So you did 18 points of damage, and I'll let you know we're looking at sort of like a rock, which has about 20 hit points to it.
Right.
So you almost got there.
Oh, okay.
But with that rock, it's
not like a threshold. We don't have to do over 20 damage. It did the damage to it?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to say that it did the 18 damage. It's permanent, so there's only basically just a few hit points left on that particular action. Yes.
What a good boy.
Of ruin. Okay, so I'm just making a note of that. So that looked like it did something. Again, we've got the electrical devices sort of fluctuating. We've got the ruins fluctuating. You're doing good work, messing up Dino Doom's plans here.
All right,
But
he's
it's
still
not.
He's still
Yeah,
pinned, right?
but Grootmas is still, the energy is still being drawn. The barrier is still up.
Okay. All right. So Jeff sees the damage that got done there, and following Lockjaw's lead, Jeff also kind of wants to just kind of what dogs do something, just stomp on it with his front paws there and try to smack on these runes where Lockjaw was smashing as well too.
Okay. Do you want to go after the same one that Lockjaw was on?
Same one, yeah. You saw some cracking, and Jeff's just kind of following Lockjaw's lead.
Okay.
So
you just want to use those razor sharp teeth? Yeah.
It's melee attack either way, but I just kind of see him being cute and just kind of jumping on it. If that doesn't work, gnawing on it a little bit as well too, and just kind of get on it. Yeah. All right. So this would be old Jeffy's melee attack. Can we do a hit and run again? Do I have an edge on this?
Sure. If you want to, yeah. I mean, I don't
double the chances of getting.
Again, you're just rolling to do damage, but you can.
Fair enough. Yeah, but I rolled a lousy 2 on the marble dice, so if we do a hit and run. So you think I did the same thing? He's just kind of moving all around this thing.
He just sort of
around Lockjaw.
digs in and he gets ready to rush at it. Yeah.
Okay. 5 on the marble die this time. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 2 is a 17.
Okay. I'll leave it up to you. That would destroy one of the runes. There are 3 of them. If you want to put some more damage into a second one, you could do that, or you can completely obliterate one of them as well. Does he go after the one that Lockjaw was chewing on?
Or no, I think he was just kind of going all around. I would say this would be a different rune then.
Okay. So again, with 17 damage, we have a 20 as a threshold. So 17 points of damage. So that another one is cracked and fizzing, and looks like it's the energy that it's pulsating is definitely being interrupted. It's close to cracking, but still functioning. So 2 out of the 3 runes that you see on there are definitely taking a lot of damage and are cracked and are close to crumbling. It wouldn't take much to finish off those 2 of the runes. And you get a sense that it's starting to interrupt the flow. You can see it flickers around the containment circle that's around Grootmas. All right. Now, you again, with Jeff and his movement, do you want him to get anywhere else? Is he just sort of running around that circle with his
yeah, he was just kind of chewing onto that circle, running back and forth, and but I want him to stay close to his friends there.
Okay.
Especially Throg.
Quite safe in between his 2 friends there as he's chomping away as he does.
Okay.
Great. If that's it for Jeff.
Yeah.
Back to Dino Doom. Yeah, he's not liking what he's seeing here at all with these 2 guys. He wants to get them away from his equipment and get him away from the ruins that they are quite effectively damaging. So he's going to trigger his technological devices on his
armor.
His armor. Yeah. He's going to try to target Jeff and just sort of elemental push that little shark menace away and try to throw him into the rocks.
Okay.
So he's going to stomp over here and try to get a clear shot at Jeff. So that's going to be an ego attack against our friend.
Oh, it's an attack. Okay. So I'm wondering is it against agility or what's it against?
An ego attack, which is an elemental push against the agility defense.
Perfect. Can I have Throg interpose against this?
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, if he's got a reaction, yeah.
He's got 2 reactions and...
Yeah, it's an attack, so if he wants to interpose...
Yeah, he's going to see this attack coming in, and he's powering up, as you said, and Throg sees it out of his corner of his eyes, or maybe just his eyes on the side of his head anyway, so he just sees it. And he dashes right in front of Jeff to try to take the hit instead.
All right, so Throg heroically jumps in the way of the attack. Triple 5.
Whoa!
Okay. Yeah, there you go. So I think that will hit. We've got 15 plus 7.
Jeff's agility defense
22.
Is not 22, it's only 12.
Well, 22 still would have helped him. Yeah, so we've got 22 against his 12.
Okay.
So he will take the hit and get blasted away 5 spaces. So that's going to throw him right into the rocks back here.
Ouch!
Boom! Right back there. So not a fantastic result, but the result is that we got, well, he saved Jeff from getting knocked away.
Yeah. Jeff needs that move.
Yeah.
Throg can get back in the fight.
But he's no longer protecting his friends.
Which is fortunate. So, yeah, he can't use his reactions anymore to help Jeff.
Which may be relevant because we've got the Doombots ready to activate.
Oh, not nuts.
Yeah. This one's going to move up. The telepathic command is, again, to restrain. So this one's going to move up and do a grab.
Okay.
Against Jeff.
Poor Jeff. 13 defense. Melee defense.
Okay, we've got 9, 10, 11.
That'll probably just make me.
Yeah, you got 13.
Can I spend a karma to make you reroll that marble die?
If you want. Yep, he's trying to just grab him.
Yeah, I'm going to spend a karma. the good thing about Jeff is that he's got weird, so I can go into negative karma
Oh,
with him.
please. No.
So he's down to 0 karma right now. That doesn't mean he can't use any more in addition to this. But yeah,
Okay.
he'll spend that last karma to see if we can get that 5 down to anything other than a 5.
Okay, well, that is the best dice, so we're going to have to re-roll this 5, and it's into a 4. Okay.
Does that bring it under 13?
So 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 is the total.
He misses.
So because he misses, and because we're under machine telepathy, we've got the other Doombot that's going to do a help assist.
Help teammate?
Help teammate, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which is something they can do.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to take that 4 and see if we can't do anything better. 50-50 shot.
Oh,
6.
goes back to 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we do grab him. So he is grabbed, and I did give these Doombots something to do with being grabbed. I believe it's called Crushing Grip.
Yeah, can Jeff, though, try to
He can
escape?
use his reaction to, since he's been grabbed, he can use his reaction to try to escape, yes.
And so I have to beat, it's my melee check against his melee defense.
Oh, that's not that bad. It's only, these guys are weakened machines, so...
Not a good roll.
It's-
Sorry, that was a bad roll on my behalf. 9 plus 3 is a 12.
12 is the score. There's defense.
Oh,
Yes.
he
So
meets
he
it.
just manages to
Just misses.
squirm away.
Just wiggles out of there, yeah, and just kind of falls out of his grip, and he tries to get him and squeeze him so much, he kind of slips out from underneath him.
That wily little shark. All right. Yep. So there you go. You used your reaction to escape the crushing grip. Well, the grab.
The grab
anyways,
would
before we get. Yeah. That'll be the Doombot's. That Doombot's turn. Now we've got the other one who's going to sort of get into a better position here. Maybe he'll just use his movement to go over here. Yep. And then he just sees poor little Lockjaw all wrapped up. Six and a 1. All right. We have a 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 against his agility defensive 11. So we got a 6 on that. 6 times 3. What do we got? 6, 12, 18. So 20. Oh, damage reduction. All this math I have to do. Huh? So damage reduction 1. So 12 plus 2 is 14 points of damage on Lockjaw. Okay. So they're still taking pot shots there. That's it for them. So now we're on to good old Throg.
So Throg kind of shakes it off a little bit by getting pushed into that rock, and he wants to get back into this fight in the biggest, best way he knows how. So again, he's going to charge up Frognir a little bit. He's going to crackle with some energy, and he's going to jump, leap, hop into the air, fly a little bit with the powers of Frognir as well too. And when he gets up there, he's going to release this power inside Frognir, that crackling energy. He wanted to release this whole big barrage and just hit everybody, but then he saw his friends so close by, and that he might hit that friend, and then he sees that rune kind of shining that's done some damage to it, and there's one shiny rune that's still brighter than the rest.
Yes.
The tactical mind clicks in, it's just like, all right, fine. And then it aims Frognir at that one glowing rune that's brighter than all the rest of them, and releases with an elemental blast, the one that gives me an edge on the attack.
Okay.
Be 5 focus,
Go get him.
be an agility attack against this rune, and smash this up. Of course, it's a 2 on Marvel die. So it's a 9, 10, 11, plus 5. So it's a 16 to hit.
Now you have the edge, though, right?
Oh yes, I have an edge. Thank you. Yes, I have an edge. So I'm going to reroll that lousy 2 on the Marvel die.
To a 3.
Into a 3. Who earns? Oh, and I can pump this a little bit as well too if I spend a little more focus or no.
Yeah. So for every 2
yes.
energy you put into it, you give 1 extra damage.
You're right. So I'm a rank 3 character, so I can maximize that to a 15. So yeah, I guess we'll do that. And that means I'll add 7 extra damage to it.
Absolutely.
12 plus 5 is 17. 17 plus 7 is 24.
24. Yeah.
So 24.
All right. So you did perfect. As Throg flies up into the air, does he? And he sort of channels all of his energy right into that last large ruin, and the one still glowing. And with 24 points of damage, it does completely smash one of those ruins. And you, with that, the damaged ruins as well start to flicker. You can see that this circle, the magic circle that's around Grootmas, starts to fade and wane, and you can see him start to stand up. You can see that what's containing him is starting to weaken, And that's given him a bit of a spark of life, knowing that he might be able to get free of this containment if those runes start to go down. But those last 2 runes are still hanging on by a thread. The magic circle, while weakened, is still containing him, but very close to breaking. So yeah, very good job.
As Throg lets that electrical charge of lightning energy break free of Frognir, he'll shout, "For Asgard! For New York! For Christmas!"
Perfect.
Smashes into the room, yeah.
And where does Throg land?
Oh, I guess he wants to get right next to Jeff again, so he can interpose if we need to do that. Maybe it can right beside Jeff, right in front of where. Yeah, maybe right there. Yeah, he'll shoot, jump up, and then come back down there.
So that's your attack, that's your movement. I think that's going to bring us to the end of round 2. At this point in time, Doom is seeing his plans, his great machinations start to unfurl. How dare you! Doom will not be delayed by the likes of you! And then you can start to see his arms wave again, and he's going to shock out this magical spell. It's kind of like the winds of a tomb, but it shoots out a snowy, blustery wind that sort of just blows out in all directions, and it's like a snow squall just sort of hit the area. You get hit by this blast of icy cold wind. Your vision starts to dim. Your strength starts to get sapped. Your
cold-blooded.
Your resilience starts to fade as well. It saps your strength. So essentially, he just sends out this pulsing wave that sort of engulfs everything in the area. Movement's going to be slowed, and everything's going to have trouble. From agility attacks to melee attacks to resilience defenses are all going to have trouble with these winds, this snowstorm whipping around in the area. Okay. So everyone's movement is going to be halved at this point in time.
We're looking at like a blizzardy snowstorm at this
yes,
point?
so these winds, blizzardy winds, just sort of whip and get in their face and freezing them and chilling them to the bone. Yes, that's his lair action for the end of round 2. We go to the beginning of round 3, bringing us back to the good boy. So any ideas to what you want Lockjaw to do? He's still bound up by these bands of Sidorak.
If he holds his turn and maybe goes right after Jeff, because I think I got a plan for Jeff. I don't know if Lockjaw would be able to do what I want Jeff to be able to do. Do you want to hold his turn?
Yeah, if you want to, he just sort of gives a nod to Jeff.
Yeah, as Jeff kind of gets a smirk across his face, and he gets a twinkle in his eye. I want Jeff to kind of jump up and land right on top of this, the 2 remaining runes.
Yeah.
And he's going to do fast attacks against this thing. So he can hit both of them.
Okay.
For half damage. But it's just kind of like kind of trump and just kind of go crazy all over.
Yeah, it's sort of like what he's already been doing. Yeah. So even though his movement is halved, it's not really going to affect that. But yeah, he can definitely do that. He will have trouble, of course, because the winds and the chill air that's being blasted out. So he's going to have trouble on the attack, but he can do fast attacks on both of those runes. They're right there. Yep.
So this is so the reroll the Marvel die?
Yeah, so it's gonna have it's gonna have trouble on it.
Okay, well, it can't get much worse than a 2. Jeff also has combat trickery, which would be able to change this to. He spends 5 focus. It's the only one he can do for this scene, for this combat, and we'll change that to on the Marvel die into a Marvel result.
Okay.
On the Marvel die.
So he'll do full damage.
Do full damage. I think let me just double check for what it is for fast attacks here. On a fantastic success, the affected target takes full damage, and the character makes a bonus attack with this power against any target within his reach.
Oh.
Same effect.
Well, there you go. Okay.
So we're gonna hit both of those targets then with full damage. So it's a Marvel times his melee attack, which is a 3. So a 6 times 3, as we all know, is an 18, plus 2 gives him a 20.
Yeah, that'd be enough to completely smash. Yes, both of those runes that are left in that circle crack and smash and fade down. And so the power, the magical circle that's containing Grootmas, with the runes now destroyed, the circle fades, and Grootmas stands still being drained by the energy of the machine. But he's now released from this magical harness that's now trapped him in the circle.
Hooray!
So he'll now have the opportunity to try to move out of the machine, but his power is still very much drained at this point in time. Like you can definitely tell that the body is wilted and drained almost to nothing.
Would you say that Doombot is within melee range of Jeff?
Absolutely, yeah.
Can I take okay, I know this would be the trouble, but as a result of the Marvel, I get to make a fast attack against that guy?
Absolutely, go ahead.
With trouble though? Ooh, yeah, that's not gonna hit. I'll have to re-roll that. I rolled a 1, a 3, and a 3 on the Marvel die. I'll have to re-roll this Marvel die.
Great.
2,
Well, their melee defense is only 12.
5, 6, and 9.
You want someone to use a reaction and help
Maybe
teammate on that one.
Throg can use a reaction. He's got 2 reactions. So
Yeah.
maybe use a reaction to help. Maybe we can turn this Marvel die into something better. So Throg will help, maybe help distract the Doombat as well too by just kind of like swinging with his hammer just kind of in front of him, trying to like distracting and waving it in his face a little bit as Jeff the Lantern kind of goes back in for another attack and tries to chomp on the shins
Absolutely.
there. 5.
There you go.
So that might hit. 10, 11, 12. Yeah.
Perfect. Yep. Meets it,
Perfect.
beats it. So yeah, you chomp right into the Doombot with a, and now he's got a damage reduction 1.
Yeah. Now if he's supposed to be able to split these attacks, but can he focus these
Yeah.
2 attacks
Oh, yeah.
to make it like a single attack? On
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. So 5 times 2 is only 10, plus 2 is 12.
12. Okay, 12 more points of damage. All right. This Doombot's definitely taking some hits there. You can definitely tell his armor is starting to weaken and his structure there is starting to crack. But no, he's still got some health left in him.
All right. Well, that was still fun.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a little land shark just swimming around
Sounds like a
there.
little chunk of armor in his teeth, and it's like, ha!
Yeah.
So he's very proud of himself.
Awesome. All right. So do we have any movement for Jeff?
No, that'd be basic.
That would be
I
it.
think.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, all told, you only have 2 spaces of movement anyway, so.
Okay. Continue to whip around everybody. So Lockjaw then put his movement, his turn order right behind.
Right. So now it'll be Lockjaw's turn.
So with the runes down, Lockjaw is still unable to move. And he wants to break 3 of the Crimson Band Sidrak. It's a melee check of 20.
You might as well just try to teleport out of it.
Yeah, you can definitely, if you want to use an action to teleport, you can do that. And then you can drop the bands.
Where do you think would be a good spot for him to teleport to?
I mean, if he's looking around quickly with a passive vigilance, he's definitely seeing that Grootmas is having trouble standing on his own since he's so sufficiently drained. If he wanted to try to get Grootmas out of the containment area where the machine can stop trying to pull on him, pull out his essence.
Oh, it's still kind of draining a little bit?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the machine's still draining him.
But now we have access to him. We can kind of maybe
So the thing
pull him out of
is, if you use your action to get out of the bands, you're no longer pinned, which means you can now use your movement to teleport again.
Ooh. Fun times. Okay, so if we use our action then to teleport right next to Father Grootmas,
Oh yeah.
and then if we're technically touching him or next to him or just kind of nuzzle him a little bit,
You can definitely teleport Father Grootmas with you if you want.
then
So,
all that, please.
rules as written, I don't see any reason why if you teleport out of the bands, I don't see why you couldn't. So you're going to bamf out of the bands.
Yeah,
We're going to land over
we're close by. Yeah, right next to Father
right next
Grootmas
to
there.
Father.
Yeah.
Right next to Father.
Big smile on Lockjaw's face, looking at all this wood here. Save that for later. And then kind of nuzzle him a little bit so we're touching.
Yeah, and Father Grootmas will be reaching out.
Maybe a hand on him.
Grootmas, and he just sort of holds onto his collar there, sort of wraps around.
Yeah, Lockjaw will probably make a face at Dino Doom and then kind of teleport maybe to
Teleports
the
him
center of the
out
center of the map.
of the
So we see more nicely on camera, right in front
Okay.
of
We
the
can
runes.
just sort of go.
Maybe a little closer
Bam.
to the runes then.
Okay.
So you start getting a little more liveliness back into those old bones, that
These
wood,
old roots.
some roots.
Absolutely. So now that Father Grootmas has sort of been removed from the energy extraction machine, as the crystal has sort of absorbed a lot of his energy, though, unfortunately. With the crystal still containing a lot of his essence, it's going to take a bit of time for him to get back. So you can still see that he's weakened. If the crystal were to be destroyed, you would wonder if that would return his essence or not. In fact, as you can sort of see Grootmas sort of look at the essence contained in that sphere, he just sort of points one of his gnarled fingers towards it, sort of like pining literally pining towards the essence. But yes, you can definitely see some vitality now drawing back into him. But most of the energy is still contained within that crystal. Great job so far. That's going to bring us to Dino Doom. He's going to see everything that the heroes have accomplished so far. And he's like, no! You can take that husk. I've got the power of Christmas now. And he's going to start moving towards the crystal, and he's going to use his teeny tiny little arms, and he's going to get that little. And he's going to grab that the crystal containing the essence of the power of Christmas. And as he grabs it, you feel the power flowing through him. Yes, all powerful. And then he's going to take that crystal. So as the action, he's going to grab it. And then as you can see him sort of power up with the crystals, the winds are still whipping around as well, affecting his movement.
Okay.
But then you'll start to see the power that he's drawing through the crystal, as well as his own arcane power. He's going to then start ripping open a teleportation portal, yes, to try to just take the power that he's drawn and steal Christmas. So the portal starts to flicker. It starts to open up, probably away from all the heroes. But the winds are impeding his movement as well, as strong as he is. So he's slowly inching closer towards that portal, but not there yet. He's about to take all of the power of Christmas for himself.
I don't think so, Dino Doom.
And he's going to send another machine telepathy command to his damaged Dinobots, once again to try to impede these heroes from stopping. The biggest threat seems to be right now Throg. So this Doombot's going to try to reach out and grab Throg to try to pin him down. So he's going to do a melee attack against Throg. Maybe not the best option, but...
Part number 15.
Well, we're looking at 7, 10 right now.
Okay.
We're going to use a reaction to reroll that Marvel into a 4. Yeah, we're going to do help action with the other Doombot. So we roll that into a 4, so we've got a 12. Nope, still misses.
15.
Oh,
So he
wow,
tries to grab him,
15.
but ducks out of the way.
Gosh, no, yeah, not a chance.
Nice try.
He's a tiny little diminutive frog, just leaps right out of the way as the damaged machine tries to grab.
Tries to grab him, he just leaps right up and kind of lands on his head, bounces off it, hits the ground.
Perfect. Darn it. All right, well, this one's just going to go blasting. Now he's going to move up and sort of get in the way, and he'll just start blasting. Who's he going to blast? And he's going to throw the blast at, I don't know, Jeff.
We'll see about that.
Yeah.
Throg gets ready to interpose.
Oh, gosh. It's a 2 in the Marvel, 2 and a 6. So we're looking at 13 right now.
Against, target number 12 for his agility. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Because of the winds.
Oh,
we have trouble. Yeah,
so that's 6.
And
2.
Triple 2. So yeah. We are then going to use help teammate with the other Doombot. Ooh, rolls it into a Marvel.
Jeff will have to use a karma.
Oh, he's getting weird.
Yeah, and going negative karma and force you to reroll that
So
one.
we did a trouble. We did help teammate because we missed. But now we're going to use a karma to re-roll the Marvel. And into a 5. So we're still looking at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's only 11.
Whoa!
He's up plus 2. Yeah, because, they're
busted robots.
They're busted robots. Yeah, they're not as strong as the regular Doombots. So unfortunately, after all that, the blast goes wide. Just hits the rocks behind, and it's lost in the wisps of the snowy storm that's everywhere. Fortunately for the heroes, that's all the Doombots can do. So, at the bottom of round 3,
with this blizzard blasting in his face, and he hates the cold. So if his movement's cut in half, he's only going to have about 15, 7 or 8.
Okay.
Yeah. But he needs to get rid of that crystal on top of this guy's.
Yes, you can get. It's 5. So you can get pretty close to smashing into the Doom Dino.
So he's going to raise up Frognear and jump into the air.
Oh wow!
And he's going to power it up with the electricity of the energy of Wicked Frognear and do another elemental blast at that crystal on his back, and he's going to try to blow it up. So he'll get an edge for the blast, which will be probably negated by this.
Unfortunately, yeah, by the winds, yes.
In trouble against something that's being held onto him, right? Or
Correct.
being
Yeah,
grabbed?
because it's going to be if you're trying to shoot it out of the hands,
Shoot
it's
it,
called a disarm.
Well, I'm not trying it out of his hands, but I'm trying to shoot something that he's holding on to, and it's a smaller size, so that would have trouble on it.
Right, it would definitely have trouble on it.
Target number?
Well, it's going to be
It's just an agility defense.
yes. So it's not great. It's defense scores for agility for him because he's such a large dude. It's a 12.
Okay.
So if he hit a 12.
Okay, we can do that. I got a +5 to my... Yeah, it's +5. Yeah, +5 to my attack here. Let's go. Just don't feel crap.
Well, you've got some teammates.
Yeah, maybe we'll use a help teammate first. I don't think Jeff has used a reaction, has he?
No.
Okay, well, we're at 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 5 is... But I got trouble in this, right? So 12. But I got trouble in this, so I'll have to reroll this 4. Into a 6. So the 4 stands.
Yeah.
6, 7 plus 5. It's 12.
12.
Yeah, so it still hits.
It hits, yeah.
Right, I want to spend a karma to get this too.
Absolutely.
Right, so I'm going to spend a karma off Throg to...
Combat trickery?
No, he doesn't have combat trickery. He's a pretty straight up fighter. But I will have to use karma to hopefully get something better than a 2.
Come on.
Turns into a 6.
All right.
6 is better.
6 is much better. Excellent. Yeah.
So,
He's totally distracted and focused on his escape, so he doesn't see the blast coming in. So especially with the winds whipping around.
how about the villain? And shoots his crystal right off his back. Assuming there's no damage modifier to this either.
That looks straight.
Yeah, 6 times 4 is, as we all know,
24.
24. Oh, I could pump this, and we'll say we did.
Nice. Yeah, let's do it.
Another 15 focus. I got that? Yeah, I got that. So we're going to add 7 more damage to that.
24
plus 5 is 29. Plus 7 is 36.
Absolutely, yeah. With the charge of that coming up, I'm going to say also the last bit of essence that Father Grootmas, the Grootmas can sort of also imbue into the attack as well. You feel this warm glow of energy come over you as well as sort of like these wreaths and vines sort of wrap sort of around you and imbue you with energy. Yeah, as it's along in the air, you see these maybe some holly sort of sprouts and grows up around it, and the power of that gets boosted.
The power of Christmas
and juiced.
Compels you.
And smashes this crystal and it destroys it. And this blast, you just hear these jingle bells and the ringing of joy and cheer comes, shouting out. The winds that have been whipping around immediately stop. The portal dissipates as he was using the energy from the crystal to charge that. And Doom just feels drained of some of the energy that he had there as well. And it just light and beams just sort of shoot out, and you can see the vitality of Father Grootmas, of Grootmas, just being restored as all the energy sort of again settles and revitalizes the roots and the vines and the holly and the pines that he is. He grew 3 sizes.
And Groot grew 3 sizes that day.
Absolutely. As he stands up to his regal self again, with the full power of Christmas behind Grootmas. And he reaches out, the vines wrapping around the Doom Dino now, as he now becomes bound and twisted in knots of holly and ivy and mistletoe, and the roots of Father Christmas just sort of bound around him now, completely trapping him and encompassing him. Yeah, absolutely.
That's only fair.
Yeah.
How do you like it?
And so with that, the Doombots, of course, losing the connection to their master, of course, they shut down and go down. And yes,
we saved Christmas, guys!
So as Grootmas stands to his full height now, revitalized with the power back restored with him, he says to his fellows, "I am Grootmas." And they hear in their minds, "I am very proud." You can hear the holiday music start to play all the way up through the ground to the Rockefeller Center. You hear that the cheers raise up and the music restored. You can't see it from your vantage point, but you feel that the power is being revitalized back into the Rockefeller tree as well, as the branches just sort of straighten up. The lights go to their full shimmer and brightness. You can definitely hear the holiday music start to play even through the ground.
Then, all at once, after the rin-tin-tin of the fight, everything slowed down and started to feel just right. There stood Grootmas, with his bushy white beard, all sparkled and twinkled and shimmered, not weird. Thumpity thump went Lockjaw, his tail on the ground, like a drumline of joy-making. It was a very Christmassy sound. With a pat and a nod, no more needed to say. Zip went the heroes as they vanished away. They popped to a rooftop on top of a tower, where waited a sleigh with some magical power. It gleamed cherry red, oh so glossy and bright, polished smooth by the cheer from each Christmas night. 8 reindeer stood tall with a jingle and a jang, with bells on their harness that went clangety-clang. And right at the front, oh who could it be? Why, Lockjaw himself, with a prance of pure glee. Grootmas clipped on a harness to his collar just right, as if it was made for this very good boy on this very good night. Up on the sleigh went Grootmas so jolly, grabbing the reins made of thick garland and holly. Then the reindeer's antlers glowed with warm Christmas light, but the brightest of all was the tiny tined fork that lit up the whole night.
Jeff would be kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
puppy dog's eyes. Look, wants to get up on the sleigh with him. What do you think?
Grootmas glances over at Jeff, sees Jeff's tail wagging and his whole backside moving with it as well, like a metronome going off the rails.
I am Grootmas, he said, as all Grootmases do. But Jeff heard the real words, quite honest and true. Come along, dear Jeff, we have much cheer still yet to spread. There are gifts to be delivered before the children spring out of bed. Squeaked out Jeff, as he leapt off the ground, landing right in the sleigh with a thumpity sound. Higher and higher and higher they flew, past buildings and fortresses and a helicarrier too. Then Grootmas rang out in a festive loud call, I am Grootmas, and Merry Grootmas to all.
And teleporting from rooftop to rooftop to rooftop in rapid succession through the skyline of New York City, leaving sudden sparks of holiday joy across New York. They even stopped by Throg's little humble frog-sized home along the way, leaving a pair of tiny gifts, a miniature ornament of a hammer shaped like Mjolnir, and a pocket-sized copy of Marvel Multiverse RPG core book. And everyone's
flips through it like, how am I not in this thing?
Well, he is in that one.
Oh, yeah, I think Throg would kind of go to this tree close by in Central Park, one that he kind of visits every year around this time. At his current height of like 3 feet, he has to look up now, and he sees this old carved etching of a heart with initials in it, his initials, and there's 2 other initials below it for his wife. So it is just something that he carved back when he was, still human,
okay,
and married at the time. And it's still there. It's all grown over. It's been years, so it's the bark's kind of almost grown back over a little bit, but it's still there, and you still see it. And he kind of just looks up and thinks back of happier times with his wife and his former life, and thinks about all the times and the fun times and the adventures he's been on since then. And kind of just, he kind of reaches up, kind of past the tree, sorrowfully a little bit, but then takes a step back, and a big grin comes over his face, like he'd be so proud of me. He kind of like leaps off with Frog and goes back to his pond.
Very nice. Absolutely. Back on Avengers Tower, Tony just standing there with his jaw open, seeing this. These reindeer just teleport off of the top of the tower. Like, I freaking knew it. Thank you all very much for watching. We hope you enjoyed that very special festive Marvel one-shot. And if you really liked it, please do let us know by liking, subscribing, and sharing with a friend. And so with that, keep rolling those dice.
And unlocking the power of the multiverse.
Merry Grootmas, everyone.
Merry Grootmas, everyone. Take care.